Xiao is about to face another hardship and betrayal from the person she trusts with all of her heart. However, in the novel, something else happens before she even meets with Jin to go to Jinqiu with him. She meets Bei and chooses to go with him instead of heading straight to Jin. Speaking about Jin, the drama and the novel show him in a bit of a different light once again, which makes him seem better for the drama audiences compared to the novel readers. Why? Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dirain and today we continue diving into the drama and novel Lost You Forever, comparing the two versions of the story. If you missed previous parts, I highly recommend checking them out before you continue this video. And if you don't want to miss my next videos, subscribe! We start the episode with Xiao and Xuan, who have a talk about Xuan's troubles and their plans for the near future. Xuan wants to restore the palace and Xiao wants to visit Jin's grandmother to try and cure her illness. If you remember, in the novel there was no mention about Xuan's problems or the palace crumbling down. And Xiao has already visited the grandmadam once in the novel and helped her ease the pain. In the chapter 25, Xiao doesn't immediately go to see Chu Shanjin. Instead, we see her sending more poisons to Qinshui town, something that frequently happens in the novel but gets avoided in the drama. Moreover, after she comes back to the bustling street, she sees Fan Bei riding his winged horse. So this is their first meeting after the gambling den situation in the novel. Xiao sees Bei with a light, warm smile on his lips and thinks to herself how she wishes this ordinary world could keep him in it. But alas, she knows it's impossible because he doesn't belong here. Despite their rather intense partying the last time, Bei casually asks if Xiao is back, and she answers just as casually that she is. They talk about her practicing archery, and Xiao suggests they should schedule their next lesson to train with her new bow. Instead of planning, Bei tells her they can do it right now. Xiao doesn't see any problem with it, so she vaults onto his winged horse in front of him and tells her shocked mates to wait for her at Sinuous Palace. To test Xiao's skills, Bei creates a bird from some leaves and grass and Xiao shoots it right through the heart with her arrow. As she does, she asks him, "Master, are you pleased with your disciple?" And Bei answers, "I've always been pleased with you as my disciple." Xiao thinks about something inappropriate because she blushes and exclaims she was talking about archery. Nonetheless, Bei also claims he was talking about archery and asks her what she was thinking about at the moment. But she just tells him she knows she can't win any argument or fight with him, so she chooses to give up. Then the novel also gets to the graduation scene that we got in the drama in the previous episode, and we read that after hearing Bei's words that she has graduated, Xiao suddenly felt adrift and lost. Their lessons started as a joke, she thinks to herself. But as time passed, so much has happened, and now she can't simply say it doesn't mean anything to her. An interesting detail is, Xiao tells Bei he should probably get her a graduation present. He answers that he wanted to get her a bow as a present, but since she already has such a great bow, it won't be necessary. Xiao states he wouldn't spend a lot of money to buy her a good bow, and he just smiles, saying nothing. Well, Xiao, I hate to disappoint you, but that exact new cool bow of yours wasn't just a coincidence that happened to fit your needs perfectly. But anyway, Xiao and Bei don't part ways in the novel. Instead, they spend time till the late afternoon together as a kind of graduation party. Xiao meets Jing and we read that he seems to be controlling himself, which Xiao finds strange and asks him about it. Jing doesn't answer and wants to embrace her, but hesitates and takes her hand instead. Then they get into the carriage and Jing is very silent at first. After some time, he calls Xiao by her name multiple times and she answers him, but he doesn't say anything else, so they arrive at Jinqiu. In the drama, after Xiao talks to Xuan, the next thing we see is Tu Shanjin's troubled face. He sees Xiao and almost rushes to embrace her, but takes his hands back and simply stands there. Xiao in the drama continues her low EQ journey and seems to notice nothing. What is interesting, the drama shows us that Jin wanted to tell Xiao something, but she interrupted him, and of course he gave her the opportunity to speak first. As we have seen, in the novel he calls out to her, but it is very different from telling he has something to say, and can still be interpreted like cuddle talk. The drama's version shows more courage from Jin. As for Xiao, she once again asks Jin for help, because Xuan needs more support from the local clans. Naturally, Jin's purpose of staying at Fanlong's place wasn't to wait for Xiao to return, or to get away from Ying, a woman he can't bear to be around after what happened, or to get a break from his grandmother's control, or to hide from constant disdain and hatred of Ho. No, Jin only helps Xiao. It's kind of his sole purpose in the drama. And then Jin once again tries to be serious, but Xiao is full of gratitude and happiness. She can't wait a second longer. She gives him a light kiss on the lips and starts praising him for doing so many things for her in the dark. I mean, do I have to say anything? I guess I have to, because there are still a lot of people who ignore the fact that the drama shifts our perspective to make Jin stand out as the benefactor more than he ever did in the novel. So once again, yes, we know for a fact that Jin helped Xiao by helping Xuan win Fanlong over, and that Jin was Xuan's ally. But the drama keeps shoving his merits into our faces. It just screams, you have to love this character and see him as the endgame male lead. And not just that. We've just compared the scenes with Jin trying to tell Xiao something. In the novel, they sit alone in the carriage and he just says Xiao 3 times in a row, and Xiao can easily interpret this as him enjoying the sound of her name on his lips or something like that. If you find this explanation strange, I can tell you from my own experience it's not. You can say another person's name in a different tone and with a different meaning, and sometimes it can convey your feelings even better than saying I love you. Confessing your feelings directly is also something that many people avoid for various reasons that we won't discuss here. But if that's the case, people often try to show their love in different ways. One of them can be using the tone of your voice when you speak to your significant one. But back to the point. If we look back at the drama, Jin's words can't be seen as something else other than him wanting to tell her the truth. He says, 我有一件事, which means I have something to tell you. Sorry for my pronunciation. And that's why the drama also needed that scene with Xuan earlier. Xuan tells Xiao that Jin made a fake account book for him, which just adds to his merits in her eyes. So Xiao forgets all about what he wanted to say and showers him with praise, gratitude, and love, making Jin unwilling to break this moment by confessing the thing with Ying. And yet, he says he might not be as good as Xiao thinks in the drama, hinting at his mistake. Still, Xiao is so consumed by her feelings that she tells him if he isn't good, there are no good people in the world.
You serious?
As she hugs him, he tries one more time to speak, but this time it's the maid who distracts them. In the end, Jin tells nothing and they leave for Qinqiu, and we understand that he told her nothing during the trip as well. Of course, this is a cowardly act in both versions, but in the drama, everything seems kind of standing in the way of his confession, whereas in the novel, it is only him and his own thoughts. In my opinion, even in the drama, he should have stopped Xiao and talked to her right away. But he didn't, and it has dire consequences for both of them. A short scene shows us more conspiracy to take down Sanxuan, which once again wasn't in the novel. And then we cut to the Chushan Manor. I will start with the novel's version. Xiao arrives and sees that the Grand Madam is doing much better. She has some rest and then spends another 7 days and nights making the pills for the Grand Madam. This time, however, she also teaches one of the Grand Madam's doctors how to make the pills so that they won't need Xiao after this batch will be used up. After the medicine is ready, Miao Pu tells Xiao about a scene she witnessed. Ying was trying to get inside Jin's place, but was driven away by Jin's maid, Jin Ye. Xiao doesn't show any signs of concern or being angry or irritated. She just states that what is meant to be yours will be. What is not, there's no need to chase after it. Xiao gives the pills to the Grand Madam and warns her and Tu Shanhou not to take too much blood from Semi-R, making up an excuse that she has to be in perfect health in order for the medicine to have pain-killing properties. The Grand Madam subtly hints that Xiao shouldn't come to make the pills herself and is astonished to find that the princess has taught someone else her rare craft. As Xiao is about to bid farewell to the Grand Madam, she notices Ying wobble and faint. Of course, the Grand Madam wants Xiao to check Ying's pulse before the doctors arrive, and of course, after doing that, Xiao's world is immediately shattered. Ying is expecting a child. Xiao even almost collapses herself after feeling her pulse. At first, everyone falls silent after hearing about that. The Grand Madam just asks, "You and Jing?" And Ying turns red and starts crying that it was all her fault, she was stupid, etc. This confirms that the child is from Jin, and though it's a bit troublesome to be pregnant out of the wedlock, but the Grand Madam is happy about finally having a great-grandchild. And let's be honest, she is relieved that she finally has the right strings to pull to force this marriage upon Jin. She even says out loud that she will talk to the elders to prepare the wedding immediately. In the midst of the happy chatter and congratulations, Xiao finds Jin. His face is white and he looks desperate. At first we read Xiao hoped he will say something or show somehow that the child has nothing to do with him, but he just stood there saying nothing. Xiao smiles, turns around and leaves without anyone noticing. Except for Jin, of course, who wants to say something but doesn't. Let's get back to the drama. It is the first time Xiao visits the Grand Madam. The reason for the Grand Madam's illness is different as well as the remedy. In the drama, it is Xiao who plants the longevity bug inside the Grand Madam to extend her life for 2-3 more years. Not just that, the scene has very different vibes from the novel. Let's have a closer look. The Grand Madam immediately feels the effects of the bug, and both she and Xiao are relieved and happy. Ying, on the other hand, looks jealous, and it seems like she comes up with a plan on the spot. In the drama, her almost fainting is more dramatic than in the novel, and nobody calls for the doctors. The Grand Madam only wants Xiao to take a look. Xiao in the drama is shocked, but her reaction is not as obvious as in the novel for some reason. Then we get Ying begging Xiao to let her deliver the child, which is another change. Xiao assures Ying that her health is fine, and the child and her will both be safe and sound. Looking at Jin, Xiao waits for him to deny it, to shake his head, and she will believe him. He doesn't do any of that. Smiling bitterly, she turns around and leaves. Jin, however, goes after her to explain himself, which he doesn't do in the novel at this point. Jin tells her about everything and says he wanted to kill Ying at first, and we actually see a flashback of that, but he still didn't. Xiao says she doesn't hate Jin, but their relationship ends there, and then she leaves. In both the drama and the novel, Anian sees Xiao is back and wants something from her. The only change is, in the novel she asks Xiao to help her get rid of Xingyue, whereas in the drama she wants to help Xuan and needs Xiao to persuade him to take her help. The reason for this change is obvious. In the drama, Can Xuan has problems right now, so Xingyue doesn't spend time with him. And in the novel, there is no mention of any problems at all. Anyway, in both versions, Xiao ends up spitting out some blood, and the doctor says that she experienced excessive sadness and tried to suppress it, which led to her blood stagnating. Xiao wants to be alone and goes to sleep, leaving everyone to wonder about what really happened. In the drama, it seems like Xuan already knows about Tu Shandin's betrayal, probably from Yaopu, because he orders everything related to the Tushan clan to be removed from his palace and never appear in the palace again. In the novel and the drama, Xiao wakes up in the middle of the night and Xuan is there for her. They talk and we have a small change here. In the drama, after Xiao says it's not as serious as Xuan thinks, he tells her that he also tried to suppress his feelings every time something bad happened to him. This wasn't in the novel. In the novel, though, he asks Xiao about what happened, and they discuss Ying's quote-unquote sudden fainting. The Ying they know wouldn't be so weak as to faint if it wasn't convenient to reveal her pregnancy to everyone. But even if the fainting was fake, Xiao said the pregnancy itself wasn't. Xuan stayed with Xiao and promised to take her and Anyan on a walk when she gets better. But Xiao gets sick and stays in bed. After learning about that, Jin in the novel asks Xuan to go meet Xiao, and Xuan tries to decline politely. Fanglong, who is with them, reasonably notes that no matter what happened, it is between Xiao and Jin, and thus they have to talk about it privately. Even if Xiao wants to break up, what do you mean, even if Xiao wants to break up? I mean, she doesn't have to break up with him. Tu Shandin is about to get married and have a child, as far as Xiao knows at this point. Of course, there is nothing between them anymore. But anyway, Xiao agrees to meet Jin and the conversation is pretty much the same as in the drama. In the end, Jin has to leave. The Tushan clan wedding is announced, so Xuan has to send some gifts. He wants to show that he will not tolerate Jin despite his help. In the drama, we see Xiang come and try to persuade Xuan to attend the wedding in person. In the novel, we read that Xuan initially was very conflicted about the matter. On one hand, making the trip to Qinqiu to attend the wedding would have been a great opportunity for him to do some networking with the other big and small clans. But he knew that Xiao wouldn't be happy if he went, so at the end of the day he stayed to keep her company and tasked Fanglong with congratulating the newlyweds in his place. As the time of the ceremony approached, Xiao couldn't help but imagine how Jin and Ying would look, how they would go through with the wedding rites, etc. As she did so, her heart suddenly started beating wildly, which caused all of the images about the wedding in her head to dissipate. As Xiao went out to catch a breath of air, she thought about the reason Xianlu made her feel his presence so suddenly. Yes, it was Xianlu who made her heart beat faster using their connection. Xiao wondered if he felt her pain all these days and whether he was there in Qinqiu right now, watching Jin and Ying. Did he want to mock her because he knew she was hurt, or trying to console her? Xiao didn't know. Xuan was worried, seeing her rushing away, and asked if everything was alright. Xiao told him that she thought about her connection with Xianlu. She said, quote, "My body's pain, he has to feel all of it. But what about my heartache? Does he also need to endure it? He said he has 9 heads, so my pain isn't much for him to endure. But what about the heart? He only has 1 heart." End quote. We see this phrase appear later in the drama, but there Xiao says it directly to Xianlu. Anyways, Xuan warns Xiao not to be close to Xianlu and also says it is better to remove the bugs as soon as possible because they may have some ill effects on her. At the same time, we read that Xiao felt her pain gradually go away because her heart was beating as one with the other one, and Xianlu's heart took some of her burden away. Do we get any of that in the drama? No, of course not. How could the drama show us that Xianlu uses their connection to help? He can only torture her through it. There is no other way. In the drama, we see Jin remembering his happy life as Yashiti and crying bitterly in his at Xiao's secret spot. Then we get to see Yueliang, who is sure that he has irrefutable evidence against Xuan and can strike him down once and for all. Xiao, not fully recovered, rushes to save the day with her new bow, but it turns out Xuan and Fenglong have set a trap for Yueliang. In the end, it was him who had to explain himself, and not Xuan. Xuan learns about Xiao wanting to kill their cousin. It would be a great crime against Xian if she would go through with her plan. But she states that losing Xuan would be worse than that. They have a sweet conversation which, I remind you, wasn't in the novel because none of these problems were. After Xiao got better, she started to make poisons again in the novel. This time, she really put all of her bad emotions and pain into her creations, so the poisons turned out to have dark colors. After making these dark poisons, Xiao's heart ached even less. But she wondered if Xiang will be displeased seeing her black poisoned figurines. In the early spring, so at least a month after she last saw Ying, Xiao went to the Zhiyi castle with Anian and sneaked out for a moment to send the poisons she made to Xiang. When she got back, Anian was talking to Xingyue and Fenglong. Xingyue and Anian fought over who is Xiao's bestie, and Xiao had to use all she could to keep them from starting a fight right on the streets. As soon as Xuan arrived, she told him they are his problem now and stepped away. In the end, they all went to little Zhu Rong's residence to have a dinner, and after dinner, Fenglong took Can Xuan aside to talk to him in private. He even used a spell so that nobody else could hear their conversation. The topic of the discussion appears in both the drama and the novel, so let's get back to the drama and see how it is shown there. Despite momentary success with deceiving Yueliang, Xuan still needs a plan to stay on the Chenrong mountain. He meets with Fenglong in the drama, and Fenglong shows him the gifts Xingyue prepared for him earlier. Xuan isn't really convinced, and after talking to Xingyue, Fenglong finally understands that she's not the right choice for Xuan to marry at the moment, because she will not risk anything for him, despite her liking him. So Fenglong comes up with another candidate. Xuan comes back and sees Xiao and Anian chat. He remembers the letter from one of the Xian generals about Xiao's mother admitting she has feelings for Trichan in front of the generals and soldiers. He knows he has to take Fenglong's offer in order to succeed and protect Xiao. The episode closes with Xuan watching his sisters joke around. And we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching till the end, leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. What did you think about these differences between the drama and the novel? Which version do you like more so far, and why? Let me know in the comments. Stay healthy, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and find happiness in every moment of your lives. See ya in the next video.